Hello everyone, this is Zang Shijie, live from Nanchang, the capital city of East China's Jiangxi province. I'm now here at the 2019 World Conference on VR industry. And you can see that we are now at the entrance of this exhibition venue, and many people are walking inside the venue, and some of them are in front of the booth waiting to get the first-hand experience of the latest technologies of VR and the latest technologies of 5G applications. So we are now going into the venue. Actually, the theme of this year's conference is VR makes the world better, and VR plus 5G opens a new era of perception. More than 7,000 representatives of scholars, entrepreneurs, and experts were gathered, invited here to gather this world event from both at home and from across the world. So it's really a grand gathering. And you can see just in front of me, there are many people still waiting to get the experience of this VR game. You can see that many people are waiting in queues, waiting in lines to get the experience of this VR game. So VR games actually nowadays becomes really popular because these kind of immersive experience can get people involved into the immersive VR game and killing time to have a great time with their friends. So they are holding the ruffles in their hand, and you can see that all of the players are on the ground holding ruffles and playing the VR games. So we can see that on the screen that is the real-time video that the players can see with the help of the VR handset. So basically, from a viewer of the audiences, we may think they look a little bit strange because they are the only one who get the immersive experience. Okay, so let's start. Actually, in this exhibition venue, there are 3 sectors, and we will start with the first one. Is one of China's major technology enterprises in China, that is Huawei. Okay, so we are now at the booth of Huawei, and you can see on my right side, Huawei has bring VR and 5G together in terms of VR social, VR live streams, and VR music. And you can see that many consumers and visitors are waiting in lines to get the experience of VR immersive experience. So what's more important as far as I know is that Huawei this time at the World Conference has brought the latest launch of the new application called Huawei VR Glass. It is said that this VR glass is the tiniest or the smallest VR glass that will be put into mass production. So let's go inside the booth and take a closer look at how Huawei VR glass really looks like. So let's go inside. Yeah, there are many people, you see, that waiting queues. Yes, this guy, he is now wearing the Huawei VR glass and trying to get this immersive experience of VR filming and VR movie. Unless then different from the previous VR handset, we used to see that VR handset is really huge and large, and we put the VR handset on our hand or in front of our face. But this time, these tiny Huawei VR glass, you can see that from the screen, this VR glass is just like normal sunglasses, and you can put just in front of your face. It's tiny, it's lighter. So I really want to put the VR glass on, so let's find a pair of glass for me. see. This man is trying to put on a VR glass. So, 我稍等可以试戴一下吗? So can I put on this VR glass later? Oh, okay, no problem. So there's still some people waiting in queues, waiting in lines to get the experience of VR glass. So maybe it's not the best time for me. Okay, so let's go around and to see how can we get this VR glass. And you can see that there are still other immersive experience here. That is VR bicycle. You can see that this guy is riding a bike and wearing this VR glass. As far as I know, that the VR glass is 26.6 centimeters in thick and 166 grams in weight. So it's really convenient. He looks like really scary of something. Let's ask how does he feel like. 你好，您刚刚玩完这个 VR 单车什么感觉？ So how do you feel like when you after experience this VR bike?
比较费体力，然后游戏体验还好。
晕吗？
不晕。
Okay, so 谢谢。那 he said that this VR bike is really tiring and exhausted, and like really have this immersive experience. And with the help of 5G signal, he said it's not dizzy. So thank you, 谢谢，谢谢。Okay, so with there's another immersive experience. There's a guy wearing the VR glass, and he is rolling, like a real-time rolling. So this VR glass is really comfortable, unlike the previous handset that we used to see that is heavy and we have to put it on our hand and in front of our face. And also it's not that easy to take this with us. But this time with this kind of tiny VR glass, we can bring it everywhere. And also I know that if you are nearsighted, you can also wear this VR glass because they have this special lens and to adjust to your to meet the demands of your nearsighted. So here we can see this is another highlight of this year's VR industry conference exhibition. Many people are waiting to get the experience of the Palace Museum from the capital city of China, Beijing. Many people are taking the experience and eager to get the immersive experience of the Palace Museum. So let's go inside and talk with some of them. How do they think of this Forbidden City? So the Forbidden City started to preserve and protect the cultural heritage ever since the 1990s using the technologies of digital technology. And since 2000, the Palace Museum started to use the technology of VR and to bring the lost heritage, the lost cultural heritage back to life. And eager to get more people involved and to encourage more common citizens to know more about the Palace Museum. Okay, so in this sector, in this Palace Museum booth, there are namely 3 sectors. The first one is the VR videos of the Palace Museum. So here we can see. Here we can see this is the VR application that you can download into your laptop, onto your PC, or onto your mobile phone. You can have a VR look, the VR view of how Forbidden City looks like. And here on the screen, that is a palace that's in the Palace Museum. It is a kind of Western style palace with some damage because of the fire. So we can see that in the actual time, you can see this palace in the Palace Museum just in this style, because it is more like unfinished building, unfinished palace. But with the help of VR technology, it's turned into this unfinished building into what it used to be like. See? In the past, the emperor time, the audience can, let's go inside. I think go to the west part, and we can go inside and see what the emperor's Paris really looked like 100 years ago. Okay, so this is how the inside building looks like in the past 100 years, but now it looks like this. Okay, you can see the comparison. This is what it looks like now and what it really looks like in the past. See, that is the comparison. So this is really impressive because they can really bring the lost culture or lost cultural heritage back to life. So here we have the Mr. Zhang. Yeah, Mr. Zhang from the Palace Museum from Beijing. And 您先对镜头介绍一下好吗？ Please introduce yourself first.
好，观众朋友们，大家好。我们这次将故宫20年来积累的虚拟现实产品，来带到了这个 VR 产业大会，带给南昌市民，希望更多的南昌市民来我们展区进行体验。
Okay, so Mr. Zhang said that this time at the World Conference, the Palace Museum brings various VR applications here and to encourage the more common citizens to get involved into the applications or into the experience with the Palace Museum. 所以您能介绍一下，就是除了因为我们刚刚给观众介绍了这个全景故宫的这个 APP， 那除了 besides the 3 so how many of these VR videos? Now 现在有多少部这样的 APP 呢？
是这样的哈，关于虚拟现实技术的产品呢，在后面的这个几个展台我们可以看到，比如说这个御花园。
Okay, so this is the Emperor Garden.
Yes. 这个御花园呢，我们是有一个喂鹿的一个体验。稍等，喂鹿的一个体验。那么，观众呢带上这个产品，就可以在御花园里头进行一个喂鹿。那么我们知道，古代的御花园是可以养鹿的。
So here, with the help of the immersive VR experience, that the consumers can get the experience in the VR, in the Emperor Garden, like feeding the deers. Yeah.
观众呢就可以在这里面进行喂鹿，那么他们就可以得到这个知识，获取这个知识，就知道古代的御花园可以养鹿的，这个是在现实的生活中是无法办到的。那么利用虚拟现实技术就可以做到。
Yeah, with the help of the VR technology, you can see that the common editor, the common consumers can really grab the grass on the ground and really feed the grass to the deer. Oh, that is really real, really impressive. Because in the pastime in the Emperor Garden that they can really feed the deer, but in order to protect the Palace Museum, we can only feed the deer in the VR experience. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go.
所以像现在像这样子的互动体验是两个 ，OK. So there are basically two VR experience in this with the help of wearable device. Okay, so there is another palace. So what does this do?
这个是一个养心殿的 VR 体验项目。那么我们知道，养心殿目前正在大修的过程中，观众无法进入养心殿进行体验，所以说我们利用虚拟现实技术，将养心殿搬到了世界各地，让更多的人在大修的过程中也能够走进养心殿，走进皇家的神秘之地。
So these palace, we can see that these palaces, because some of them are testing the device. Yeah, this palace is now under reconstruction, and with the help of the VR glass and VR technology, that people, even now the palace under reconstruction, that the visitors can still have a closer look at how it looks like. Yeah, they are now testing. So let's see what's else. Okay, so Mr. Zhang told us there's another VR application for the Palace Museum. It's called the VR Theater. So they're still testing. There are really many people experiencing this, so the machine needs to have a little rest. Yeah, here, this is about the Palace Museum Theater.
这个是我们故宫博物院的虚拟现实剧场，我们已经制作了8部像这样的虚拟现实节目。那么每一部节目呢，都是非常生动、非常有趣的介绍，就是利用虚拟现实技术介绍故宫。那么我们像这样的屏幕呢，在我们故宫有向公众免费开放的端门数字馆。如果大家到故宫之后，也可以进行一个身临其境的体验。
So this is called the. Thank you, Shijie. So this is called the. It's okay. So this is the palace that is reconstructing. Yeah, so this is the same with the previous one we have talked about. There are many people waiting curious. Yeah, about this Palace Museum, you can see about this Palace Museum Theater. About this Palace Museum Theater, Mr. Zhang said there are totally 8 theaters and videos made by the Palace Museum. Now that visitors can see this theaters, can go to the theater and to see these 8 videos just in the Palace Museum in the Duan Gate on the south part of the total whole Forbidden City. So with the help of the VR technologies, we can get this immersive experience and we can know more about how the Forbidden City, the Palace Museum really looks like in the past. So you can see that there are still many people waiting curious, eager to get the first-hand experience of the Forbidden City. I think this is a really unique experience for the visitors in Jiangxi province, because in Jiangxi province that is quite far away from the capital city of Beijing, because we know the Palace Museum, the Forbidden City is in Beijing. So I feel it's really like the audiences or the consumers are really lucky to get this experience and to have this immersive VR experience here in Nanchang in Jiangxi province. So actually I used to believe that VR is all about hindsight. Put some VR glasses or VR hindsight onto our hand and in front of our face. But after talking with Mr. Zhang from the Palace Museum in Beijing. We know that it is not only about the VR glasses, but also we can get more immersive experience. It's not just about VR handsets, but it's more about bringing what has been lost back to life and back to how we can experience the past eras, past emperor lives, and we can really see what's going on and to have this VR, the virtual reality experience of this wonderful tool. So we can see that around inside the venue there are still many. This is the VR experience videos, and many people eager to get the experience of different applications. So here is the international sectors and companies and enterprises from different walks of life gathered here and to share their opinions and to showcase their latest applications on VR and on 5G. And let's see and go around to see what is new, what is interesting about this VR venue. Okay, see? Here, there are many people, they're waiting to get this VR game. I think that VR games are really popular for this expo because that is more interactive and people can be involved. So on the right side, you can see on the right side, the kids are playing soccer. On the big screen, the kid is kicking at a real football, a real soccer. Just shoot it into the gate. Oh, there is a celebration. Celebration of the kids kicking the ball into the gate. On the left hand, there are many people waiting queues to get this experience of VR games. We can take a closer look. There's three players holding ruffles in their hand, and they are now at the online games, a group game. Yeah, on the screen we can see this is how they are interactive with each other. So they are in a building, unfinished building, and they are holding the ruffles and to get their mission completed. So here, there's still many people waiting to get the experience. So let's get someone to talk about their experience after they still have a lot to do. So let's get to one of the audience. How do they feel like the VR experience? 你们是哪里来的？你们是哪里来的 ？Where do you come from? 哪里来的？
南昌。
So he is local kids from Nanchang City. So how do you think of today's venue? How today's expo? 所以你觉得今天的 VR 展怎么样
Very good.
Very good, as you can understand. Yeah. So 你喜欢 VR 的什么内容呢 ？So what do you like about VR?
我喜欢 VR 的射击、游戏、game 之类的。
为什么？
因为都是青少年都喜欢那种射击游戏类的，都一样。然后我是跟着我朋友一起来的。
Okay, so how old are you? 多大了？
我12岁了。
12岁 Like a 12-year-old kid, he is really, he really likes the immersive experience like the VR game. So, 你好。So after this guy just finished his VR game and right from the venue, so how do you feel like the game? 您觉得刚刚的体验怎么样
I felt that's very good.
Thank you. Really good. Okay, so 谢谢。Okay, many people are eager to get the first experience of the VR immersive impressive and more immersive experience. So I think talk with him. 你好，你们是来自哪里？So where do you come from?
我们来自南昌工学院。
南昌。So he is also today's exhibition. 您如何？就是您觉得今天的 VR 展怎么样？
非常的新奇，也非常的棒，也非常的有创新。
So he thinks that this VR exhibition today is really interesting and with creative applications. 所以你最关心的一些应用是什么？关于5G 或者是关于 VR 的 ？So what do you use?
VR 加医疗，然后加电竞啊那种，感觉很有意思。
Okay. So he is the games. Okay, thank you so much. 谢谢。Yeah, you can see that this is a screen, the green screen, and on the left hand screen. On the left hand screen, the actor dancing, and you can see that in the green screen room, the actor is dancing, and on the I don't know if you can see it clearly. The left one is a green screen, and so it's the three-dimensional filming. It makes movie filming and movie editing more easier and and we can add film the video and edit the video in a more efficient way. And you can see this is a VR game. Two guys are in front of the screen. I think esports actually nowadays is becoming more and more popular among teenagers, among young people. So they're still waiting to get the experience. He is now putting on the hand side, and we can go get a closer look. And he with two handles in his hand. I think this is like playing a and wait and see. Yeah, he's using his handles to and get into the right game.
来，不要着急啊，等到方块两者面前再把它砍断。
I think there's really loud background music. And let's see what it's doing.
二级难度。
He's using cube with different colors in red, in blue, and get to the red temple.
那么大家可以看到啊，在我们这个远方飘流的方块上面有咱们的箭头，箭头方向就是我们的光剑砍断的方向。同时，在我们的右边，我们的成套就是我们的血量了。我们的数值越低，也代表我们越危险。
I think he's really good at it.
同时，这款游戏也是由网易和国内独家代理同文咖合作发行的音乐 VR 游戏《节奏光剑》。 如果小朋友们感兴趣的，可以光临我们在南昌纪念围广场的旗
So
舰门店。
you can see that many people, many audiences watching this player, and it's really a loud background music. So let's go to another place and find something interesting. So as I said, that there are basically 3 sectors for this exhibition, for this tech tour. And the previous ones we have go through is about the innovative technology sector or innovative application sector. So here we are now entering into the 3 major telecoms in China. Basically the China Telecom, the China Mobile, so here let's see if there is something interesting. China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicorn are the 3 major telecoms in China. So here this is about the smart city. We can see that this is the real-time videos of Nanchang City. With the help of CCTV cameras, yes, you can see that is real-time videos with the help of CCTV cameras. We can see if there is any accident or someone get injured or there is some traffic jams. So if some accident happened, that the CCTV cameras can automatically alert and send image to the monitoring center. And the traffic cops or the policemen or the ambulance from hospital, the doctors can get into the spot, can get onto the site and to save the problems and to take care of the patients. So that is from China Telecom. It is combining VR with 5G into smart city and smart home. So this is more like China's pottery. And here, I think the driver is not here because actually this one is that a remote control. Actually, the driver needs to be sitting here, and I think the driver is now taking a rest. That the driver will control the vehicle just miles away. So this is the recording videos. Now we can see that this is unmanned driving, unmanned vehicles. And actually I think these videos are recorded before, and the drivers who sit here can remotely control the vehicles that is 100 miles away. So I think these applications attributed to the 5G's feature of high speed and low latency can be greatly used into the scenarios for some highly dangerous scenarios and to free the labor. And the laborers do not need to get onto the site for some really dangerous scenarios, and they can also be not necessarily be onto the site, but onto in their office and remotely control the vehicles that is far away. And this also can be applied into remote controls in hospital or onto operations that doctors from different hospitals can conduct different operations for patients that is far away. So thanks to the 5G's high speed and low latency, these will come true, and this already been true in the past few months. I remember that on June this year, a doctor from Beijing is doing a remote operation for 2 patients for different cities besides Beijing, and the operation has been conducted really successful. So we can see that there are really many people here on the tech exposition. Many people waiting curious, and let's see. Also, there's an e-sports competition here this time at the World Conference on VR Industry. Some of them are on the, I think it's the separate booth, and they can have this competition with each other and get this VR esports game. Yeah, that's just the end of the last round, and another round is coming soon. Actually, this year's VR esports competition is the highlight of this year's World Conference on VR Industry. That all the common consumers, all the common players can get involved and compete with players from different regions or different countries. So that is more consumer involving. Okay, so I think that is the end of the last round, and they're still waiting to get another round. And the staffs are putting handset onto the players, and we can take a look at how they will perform. Okay. The background music will be really loud later, because we are at a really large venue with an area of more than 60,000 square meters. So the music is really loud so as that everyone can hear it. So we are waiting for the new round begin. You can see someone is on the stage with VR headset and handles in their hands. And they are now testing.
成立于2015年，同年在业界率先举办了全球首届 VR 电子竞技大赛及 WVA 2015全球 VR 电子竞技大赛总决赛，是全国第一家专业从事 VR 电子竞技赛事运营的公司。至今，竞技时代已经举办了包括 WVA 城市公开赛、WVA 超级联赛、WVA 国际对抗赛。WVA 年度总决赛等在内的赛事近300余场，在全球 VR 电子竞技赛事市场占有率94%。同时呢，公司还运营 WRA 全球机器人竞技大赛赛事。那么同时，公司自主研发了 VR 大空间游戏《反恐英雄 VR》、VR 健身单车以及 VR 节奏风快等，针对 VR 体验店、健身房、KTV。家庭等不同版本的 VR 竞技游戏受到市场好评。公司与国美零售战略合作，在全球。
It's the background music is really loud, and we go to somewhere that is quieter and find something more interesting. It is said that 2019 is the first year of 5G's commercialization in China. And for some of you who haven't got access to 5G signal may wonder what is so special about 5G and what is the difference between 5G and 4G. So here at the China Unicorn booth, we can get the 5G mobile phone and test how 5G really special. Okay, so let's find a mobile phone. Here, some kids are. 哎，你好，先生，你好，你好。 您现在在体验的是5G 手机，对吗？您觉得5G 手机刚刚体验了一下，跟4G 手机有什么不一样呢 ？So what is different? Do you think is the mobile phone under 5G signal and 4G signal?
它的那个速度更快，感觉运行起来更快，而且非常的流畅。然后它那个
So the speed is more fast, and 您做了什么操作呢？
我刚刚是打开了一个那个下载的，它那个速度非常的快，它在下好。
So this gentleman said he just download some apps, and let's take a closer look at how we download the applications. 所以我们再下几个应用吧，好不好？ So let's download some more applications here under 5G signal.
它好像是那个信号没有连上。刚刚还有，现在没有。
I think that because there are really many people here at the venue, and so there are really many people here because so that the internet signal is not that good. So we can take a closer look and find if we can get the 5G signal test. Okay. So
手机，但这2张是有5G 的卡在里面的。
所以我们现在5G 的速度可以有多大的一个提升，您知道吗？
昨天有测试是1300，然后最低是800左右。这边可以实时测速一下，没有关系。
谢谢。So the average download speed, the lady said that the maximum download speed is about over 1,000 Mbps, and 1,000 Mbps to 800 Mbps. So let's take a closer look. This is the 5G mobile phone, and we can test it. Let's download some applications on this mobile phone. So you can see that is under 5G signal. You can see that is under 5G signal, right? So let's download some daily apps like
可以打开那个测速软件，那尝试一下这个游戏网络的一个速率。
how we open the application of speed testing and see how the speed is under 5G signal. Okay, so it's now testing. So it's now under 4G signal, right? 现在是4G 的网络吗？现在是4G 网络吗？
目前这边连上是4G 网络，5G 网络这边信号不是好稳定，所以有时候会连上4G 网络。
Okay. So just as I said before, because now there are many people here at the venue, so the 5G signal is not stable. Okay. So 那我们可以下载一些应用吗？
可以啊。
那应用的速度会快一些吗？ So let's download some daily apps, and so let's see CGTN. Oh. I think that we need to find another. Let's 这哪有大的游戏吗？可以下一个大的游戏。排行榜。王者荣耀 yeah. So this is a game that is 1.6 gigabyte. Oh, so this is already been downloaded, right? 所以这已经被下载了，对吧？王者荣耀。Okay, so let's change another one. 我们再下一个别的。这都已经被下载了。So this one. Okay, so this game is about 1.8 GB and let's see how fast it will be to download this application. So you can see under 5G signal, the download speed is really fast. For an application that is 1.8 gigabyte, it only takes less than a minute, I think. Yeah, complete. It said complete, really less than 1 minute. So the totally up, the average download speed is around like 70 Mbps, I think. Okay, so thank you. 谢谢. Because there are really many people here, and I think that the internet signal is not stable. But still, when we download an application that is 1.8 gigabyte, it only takes less than a minute. So here, what's this? It's about, it is said this is an AI smart mirror. And the audience. 你好，可以简单的给我们介绍一下这个？
这个是我们 AI 智能镜。这个智能镜的主要功能呢，就是帮助这个个人用户迅速地测量身体的尺寸，然后把这个身体的尺寸通过这个网络提供给这个服装企业，服装企业就能智能的下单，实现这个 To C 端到 To B 端的产业链的打通。
So this is about AI smart mirror, and by taking videos, by taking pictures, and by the consumer standing onto the weight, and they can clearly see how tall are you, what is your weight, and send your personal information to the companies, the clothing companies, and they adjust your personal outfit and providing with you the specific information about what you wear and what should you choose. 所以这个是什么技术的一个
AI 智能技术。
AI 智能。So this is about AI technology. 好，谢谢。So let's see how this man is getting involved into this AI smart mirror. He is now taking a picture. You can see he is now from different angle, in the front angle and into the other side, and it's now calculating the data. And on the screen, because this is a mirror, and on the screen, I don't know if you can see it clearly. On the screen, there are the data of this man, the height, the weight, and how his upper body measures and how his lower body measures, in order to get the specific information about his clothes design. Okay, so he's now scanning the QR code to get more specific information. So we can see that there are really many people here waiting and curious to get different VR applications and different 5G applications. Okay, so it is said that 2019 is the first year of 5G's commercialization in China. But someone may ask that 4G, what is the difference between 5G and 4G? I do believe that when 4G kicked off into the commercial usage in 2013, that people think 4G is expensive and of no use. But 4G and its applications nowadays has greatly changed our lives in different ways. The mobile payment, the burst of short videos and live streams called WeMedia, not to mention the mobile payment, the car hailing applications and food delivery system. So 4G and its application has greatly changed our lives. So about 5G, I believe that with the combination of 5G and AR application, the involving of 5G is not the only part. The equipment, the devices, the hardwares that is also evolving will change our personal lives. So we are now at 2019 World Conference on VR industry. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And you can see that still many people waiting to get different experience of applications. So at this World Conference, people from different enterprises, different companies come together to showcase their latest technologies on VR and 5G and to exchange their ideas on the latest technologies. So in the future, I think that the VR technologies or 5G technologies will definitely change our life in a better way and make our life more safer and convenient. So that's all for our today's show. I hope you enjoy it. And we are now at Nanchang, the capital city of Jiangxi province. And please follow CGTN on our website and other social media platforms for the latest information and latest news about this conference and other stories about China. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoy it. This is Zang Shijie, and see you next time. Bye.
直播吗？直播呀。